everybody, my name is Jenny and I am making this video for anyone else who needs help finding information about the low carb, high fat diet and losing weight. And this will be my week 1 results video. I did not record an initial video. This is the first video. I figured it'd be too boring to start with the day where there's no results. So I am following low carb, high fat, sort of paleo, not completely, just kind of interpreting paleo on my own type of thing. And I had weighed in initially a week ago Monday, and today is September 2nd, Monday. So my initial weigh-in was 269 pounds. And today I weighed in at 261 with a total weight loss of 8 pounds. So I'll go over real quick what I've been doing. I have been, for breakfast, eating eggs, bacon, sausage. I did make these little mini frittata, like you make them in a muffin, that had sausage and eggs and cheese and stuff like that in it. And then I would actually melt some Kerrygold butter on top of that, and that was really good. My 7-year-old son has actually kind of been doing this with me without knowing it, of course, and he loved it. So it was very easy for us in the mornings to eat. And for lunches, I've been having basically just a salad. I just wanted to keep it simple. I do not eat the bottled dressings. If I'm going to eat a salad, I want it to taste good. So I made homemade ranch dressing, and actually I just finished making some awesome homemade Caesar dressing for this following week. Kind of switch it up a bit. And then for dinners, I guess we basically always ate kind of low carb, not necessarily high fat dinners. So basically the only thing I've added is butter to my vegetables, or even some compound flavored butters for my steaks for dinner or other meats that we have. So just to give you a little background information, I found low carb, high fat by happen chance actually. I have been listening to podcasts by Dishing Up Nutrition, and I randomly just chose it in the weight loss holistic nutrition section on the TuneIn radio, and just happened to listen to it. And I really didn't know what they were talking about. I just really liked listening to what they had to say. And one day they said to eat eggs cooked in butter. And then I started picking up on all those little nuances that they were discussing. So I actually took the time and emailed the Wellness Center, which they're out west somewhere. I'm on the East Coast here. And I emailed them and asked them if they could recommend a book for me to read that would kind of summarize the diet that they're following, because what they were doing sounded pretty healthy. I enjoy studying the human body and nutrition and how it affects the brain and the body. So I've been doing this for years. So I just hadn't got to the low carb, high fat side of things yet. So she emailed me back and recommended the Schwarzbein Principle, which I did read that book and did a little bit more research, and that's where I really found low carb, high fat, the actual terminology used when I did some more research online about the Schwarzbein Principle and things like that. So long story short, that kind of led me to Gary Taubes and really Jimmy Moore and Jimmy Moore's podcast. If you're not familiar with that, I highly recommend downloading them. He has a website you can download right to your computer or whatever listening device you have, cell phone, whatever, and listen to those. He does quite a few interviews with some people who are very knowledgeable, and I highly recommend those also, especially the ones with Julia Ross and Doug Kaufman about the fungus. Julia Ross's book I've also read, The Diet Cure, and I did for the first few days just actually more of a placebo effect, because there's really no way for me to tell if it worked or not, because I cut out sugar, and I was a sugar addict before. But Julia Ross's book, The Diet Cure, summarizes how to use like L-glutamine and L-tyrosine and things of that nature to help with your addiction. And so I did use some of that, and I actually plan on using it tomorrow, being the first day of the week, and things slow down. I have to sit at a desk all day, and that is where I find it the hardest for my addictions. Trying to think what else. William Davis of Wheat Belly, he has an awesome video. He's at like a conference or something on YouTube. I highly recommend that video also. It'll basically explain why you really shouldn't be eating bread or wheats of any kind, no matter how nutritious the FDA loves to tell us they are. They really aren't. And so basically that's kind of where I'm at now. This is actually my second attempt at this diet. I did it a couple months ago. In 2 weeks I lost 15 pounds. Unfortunately, I gained 3/4 of that back over a period of a few months. Basically, I went to a beer festival after 2 weeks, and that was all she wrote. It was downhill from that. My sugar addiction kicked right in, and it was very hard for me to get back where I'm at now. Being that I just completed my day 8, I actually feel better. I'm actually not as hungry anymore at all. Being that I am almost 100 pounds, minus 8 pounds now, overweight, I was hungry all the time. I wanted sugar all the time from the minute I woke to the time even going before bed. I wanted something. It was like, oh, I'm going to bed. I need to have something. Not that I did to that extreme, but that's kind of how it felt. And I have, since I have no cravings. I even went to a barbecue, a neighbor's house. They had tons of awesome food that I would have tore up 2 weeks ago, and I actually didn't even eat because I ate a shake before I went over, just to hold me over, just in case they didn't have a lot of food. And I ended up not being hungry the entire time. And then we met friends for a Mexican at dinner, and I just had some chicken that's in like this cream sauce, and that's it. I didn't touch anything else. I want guacamole, or not guacamole, but pico de gallo that they make with avocados. It's pretty healthy. But anyways, so that's kind of where I've been. I will go ahead and explain a situation I had Thursday night that really scared the bejesus out of me. I had been from the start, to make sure that I get enough fat, I had been eating about 2 teaspoonsful of organic coconut oil that I got from Tropical Traditions, the gold label. And even my 7-year-old son loves it. He even wants it after every meal, and actually the other day asked me for his own jar. But we had been eating that after every meal just to make sure I get enough fat, especially up front. I wanted to stay full. Well, Thursday I completely forgot about the oil and didn't have any. Didn't really need it. I did eat healthy. And Thursday night around 9 o'clock, I started to feel really hungry. Like sugar levels have dropped hungry. And it actually kind of started to scare me a little bit, because I hadn't felt this at all the other 4 days or 3 days. So thinking that maybe I'm just really hungry, and knowing that I had forgot completely about the oil, I went ahead and grabbed almost a tablespoon of oil and ate that, and went to bed. So I was like, well, if I'm hungry, maybe I've stayed up too late, I need to go to bed. So I went and laid down, and for the next hour, my stomach proceeded to get worse. I was feeling very shaky, very weak. I felt my stomach was very, very painful. I couldn't even pinpoint it. I felt like I had pain from my chin to my knees. I couldn't even explain where the pain was coming from. It just felt like it was my stomach. I got up thinking that I'm just so hungry, maybe I somehow underate. So I got up, I grabbed one of them cheesehead mozzarella sticks. I took a bite out of that, and it literally tasted like I just poured salt into my mouth. It tastes like pure salt. So that kind of didn't help the situation. So I drank a little bit of water to appease that. Decided to go lay back down. On my way to lay back down, realized something wasn't right, headed straight to the bathroom, and all of my dinner decided to come up. Well, the positive side is I felt much better after that. But the negative side of that was it scared the daylights out of me. I wasn't sure what was going on, and that was the first moment that I had questioned this diet. But I know I had heard Jimmy Moore and many other people in interviews that I had heard say that whenever there's a situation that comes up that makes you feel like you need to stop or you're trying to question it, don't do that. So I told myself that it must have been something I ate. And that day I ate out at lunch with a friend, but I just had chicken salad and avocado. And the chicken was very overcooked, so that wasn't a problem. So I posted on Low Carb Friends Forum, which is another place I recommend, great knowledge there. And I posted on there to see if anybody else had the experience and if they did what they thought it was or what they did to change it. Because Friday, when I woke up Friday, I did feel a little shaky, just a little bit, just enough for me to know that it was there. And it did make me worry that am I going to deal with this all day today? And luckily I didn't go to work, but because I took off for other reasons. But so I went ahead and ate, and between breakfast and lunch, I did start to feel a little bit too hungry and a little bit shaky, kind of like that sugar drop feeling. And I think on the way to dinner, I felt the same. Between lunch and dinner, I felt the same way. So finally, Friday night, I went ahead and posted it on Low Carb Friends, and somebody came back and said maybe it's the coconut oil, and because I'm not used to it, that maybe I have had too much up front. So I decided, go ahead, get rid of the coconut oil, not going to do it, wait a couple days. And I woke up, and Saturday has actually been the most positive day so far this week. Well, not including yesterday and today, of course, but it was the first day. And Saturday was great. I had much better energy. I actually had very little appetite, but I made myself eat just because I knew I was going to a barbecue, and I knew I was, we also met friends for dinner, and we had to go to the racetrack and all these crazy things Saturday. So I did very well, and I actually noticed I can go really long between meals, which I probably haven't done that since I was just out of high school. I've always had to eat, or I'm going to die feeling, and so I didn't have that Saturday or Sunday or today. I've actually felt pretty good. Now today, I did just eat like ham and cheese, a couple ham and cheese roll-ups, and then I went to the grocery store, and I came home, and I've been running errands and this and that, and I started to feel really tired, probably about 3 o'clock. I mean, really tired, like I could just go right to sleep, which I also went swimming, hence the bad hair, and I'm kind of red looking and no makeup or anything. Went swimming with a little guy today, but it wasn't until 3 o'clock that I was just so tired that I realized I haven't ate enough today. I need to grab something to eat. So I came down here and grabbed a snack because I knew dinner was going to be in about 2 hours, so I didn't want to overeat. And I had never felt that. I didn't really feel hungry. I just felt tired. And then after I ate that snack, felt great. So I'll take feeling tired and fixing that over hunger any day. But drink plenty of water. Been doing very good with the water and making sure I'm getting plenty of vegetables. And I think that's about it. And I did do the coconut oil this morning after breakfast, or after I ate my ham and cheese roll-ups this morning, and I felt fine. I had no side effects. So I figured maybe I'll just do it once a day as opposed to 3 meals a day. A little bit too much. Just trying to do it perfect isn't always the perfect way. But if you have any questions, go ahead and post them below, and I will try to answer them. And I'll be back next week with my week 2 results, and hopefully it's a couple more pounds. I know it's going to start slowing down after this week, which is fine. As long as I keep moving and the process keeps going, I am happy as can be. Thank you for watching.